Welcome from the Grap Coin YouTube channel. This video is a Bitcoin update. While most cryptocurrency charts seem to be hitting yet another low, a larger analysis of the market and a comparison with Bitcoin reveals that most altcoins are doing fairly well. If there is a recovery, the alts may start to outperform since, at the very least, it looks like Bitcoin is declining and they are holding up rather nicely. Naturally, all of this is conjecture. Currently, the Bitcoin chart still shows support even if the price is falling rapidly. We are at last reached the level, if perhaps somewhat below, that I had envisioned for Bitcoin, which was about $575,800, as we talked about yesterday. As said before, the ideal target for a fourth wave is often $55.4 thousand. In this instance, the 38.2 retracement. I would like it to stay as close to that as possible, maybe even a little lower in this fifth wave when it occurs. Not that would be a part of the plan. Well, not much is particularly unusual thus far. Yes, there have been strong sell-offs in the past, and this correction may include one, but I would much like it finish before it breaches this target zone or white support zone. In any case, that's how I view Bitcoin. Ideally, it doesn't even continue below the 38.2 retracement. The good news is that the daily RSI for Bitcoin is either already oversold or very near to being oversold. Though oversold, the daily RSI on the Bitcoin chart has historically been a reliable purchase indicator. Even if every asset was oversold every day, I wouldn't buy RSI on it, but Bitcoin has performed well, and I intend to keep buying as long as it does. Eventually, it will stop operating, and even then, it will probably only function around 80% of the time. The Bitcoin chart did, for a little moment, show a little rebound where we anticipated it would. We clearly deal with this WHC pattern, which hasn't changed in a long before we proceed any farther. Comparing it to the Elliott wave count, which also indicates that we may be approaching a bottom, it's a very solid con. Simply said, I notice a WXY pattern. After that, I see an ABC, where the C wave denotes a 5-wave move. We had a modest rebound yesterday, contrary to my prediction. We did respect the resistance zone, which I shifted because we no longer needed it. That is, however, on X Twitter. Please follow us there if you would want additional information and updates. Anything connected to Elliott wave and so on. I released the study yesterday, and by then the price had dropped to its lowest point. Our resistance zone stretched from 6,400 to 61,800. The downward resistance in wave 3 is now the new objective. It is noteworthy that while Ether has not made a lower low, Bitcoin has, and a further 4 to 5 pattern to the downside would be ideal. Hence, more fall is to be expected. 4 waves would be any rally into a wave of opposition. Follow us here if you would want updates. As you can see, we hit a local high of about not exceeding this price. We seem to be staying in the third wave of decline after hitting the 61,000 resistance level. Since the fourth wave of the C wave would take a few days to materialize, as I said in the previous video, I'm not sure if this is it yet. Since it hasn't yet weakened, I think we'll see a few-day fourth wave and then another lovely low that will produce bullish divergences. But sometimes, as in the case of cryptocurrencies, we see these rapid sell-offs. The price would do well to form another 4-5 before we can pinpoint the location of the present micro-resistance area, which is defined between 5,848 and 60,500. This is erratic though, as sometimes you don't see that last lower low. Those who want to get ready for it have to catch the falling knife, but gently. Possibly 5 routes lead to the 38.2 retracement. With enough waves for a downward move and the Fibonacci extensions already overextended, suggesting that we may have reached 200% extension or something similar, I can assure you that the fourth wave may begin here. We are almost approaching the next higher degree FIP level, thus I believe the next micro support is at 56,160. Realizing that there isn't a bottom until the first 5 waves cross resistance is crucial. I therefore try to make as few purchases as possible until we see a turnaround, because this could just keep falling. The logic has to be that we are in a sell-off right now and should anticipate more drop till we see a reversal signal as soon as is practical. More probably is a fourth wave. Lower prices are still anticipated versus resistance even after I corrected it. A reversal would be visible and expected if there were a break over 60,580 in 5 waves. This is the latest Bitcoin update from me. This ought to be interesting to you. In such case, do subscribe, hit like, and leave a comment. I much appreciate your viewing Grap Coin. Salutations.